Sup guys, Hokey here, bringing you the Noob's Guide to Legendary for the 11th mission in the Halo 2 campaign, Uprising.
That betrayed us. The counselors.
Okay, so after you acquire this energy sword, use your motion tracker to track the movement of this brute, then sneak up behind him with your active camo and assassinate. Then wait here and listen to the other brutes. You should hear them say, "Let's just throw them over the edge, where's the fun in that?" Then watch your motion tracker and wait till you see both red blips. Then use your active camo and sneak over here. Then once again sneak up behind them and assassinate them with your energy sword. The second one is probably going to go berserk, but if you get him quick enough, you can still assassinate him. Now it's possible to do that silently, but it's pretty rare. Most of the time what happens is these other two brutes come searching for you, but they only kind of do a half-assed effort at first until you hear,
Go see what's taking them so long.
Then they will hunt you down. So activate your active camo and assassinate the one with the brute shot. After you get the first one, whether or not the second one was anywhere near you or even knew that his buddy was dead, he'll go berserk and he'll immediately know where you are. So when that happens, your only option is really to stick him with a plasma grenade and jump over him. So if you're counting, that was 5 of the 8 brutes in the area. There goes the 6th. Just use your active camo and sneak up on him. He'll either be standing in the center here or over by that tree. Use a plasma grenade, and then deal with the last 2 with the energy sword and a plasma grenade. I missed my stick, but I still made it work.
By the prophets, what have these brutes done? They have shed our brother's blood, and for that they must die. Sell it. So much for a stealthy advance. Over so soon? Make haste. There are more brutes to kill. Long have I waited for this.
This part can be pretty tricky, but start things off by using your active camo to sneak up behind these 2 guys, assassinate one and stick the other. Then retreat and let your allies deal with the jackals. Then as soon as you can, grab a carbine from the dispenser, swap out your useless plasma rifle for it, then see if you can kill any jackals. Most of the time, your allies are going to do most of the work against the jackals. Then when you're ready to move up, proceed up this ramp and grab 2 needlers from this crate here, and then tear into these brutes over here, like so. There's going to be 3 of them, and you should be able to get the first 2 without even needing to reload the needlers. The last one, of course, will almost always go berserk. As you round this corner, grab a brute shot from one of the fallen brutes, then aim for that fusion coil there, and you should be able to take out both of the 2 drones. After the 2 drones are dead, there's going to be 2 brutes left. You should be able to take them out with the brute shot. If that doesn't work, switch back to either the needlers or the carbine.
One of us must die.
Once everything's dead, you have 2 options on how you can proceed. You can either grab 2 needlers and a brute shot, or 2 needlers and a carbine. I went with 2 needlers and a carbine for this run, but I did try it with 2 needlers and a brute shot. It's more or less 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. They both have their different styles on how they play. The carbine is more about precision, but the brute shot doesn't have a lot of ammo. So whatever you choose, have 2 Needlers out, and then immediately fill this brute full of needles. You should be able to get him. If he dodges him, use your secondary weapon, which will be either a carbine or a brute shot, to take him out. Then take out the rest of the jackals with either your carbine or your brute shot. There will almost always be 1 berserk brute left. Let your allies deal with him, or if you don't have any allies left, fill him full of needles.
Please, no hurt. Me like elites. Brutes stinky bad. Me stay here, make sure no brutes come behind Mighty Arbiter.
Now this is probably one of my favorite ways to kill any enemy. There's a couple fusion coils just sitting here. If you knock them over, they'll explode when they hit the ground below, and they'll send the jackals flying. Now unfortunately, they'll also send the Needler dispenser flying, but you shouldn't need it. Retrieve your other Needler, and then drop down 1 and only 1 level. There's going to be 4 brutes on the level below you. Try to spot the one with the brute shot and fill him full of needles. Now the key to making this easier than it could be is to try to fight this entire battle from this ledge without either jumping down or falling down. Because what'll happen when you reach the level below you is it triggers 4 more brutes to enter through that door in the back there, and a couple of them have brute shots. And they will kill you very, very quickly, and they're very difficult to deal with if they catch you off guard. On the other hand, if you do things correctly and jump down when you're ready and head straight for the door, you can fill them full of needles as they come through the door. Once everything's dead, fill up on Needler ammo from the dispenser. The first thing you want to do when you enter this room is fill the turret full of needles. Then once he's dead, toss a plasma grenade over at this group of brutes and jackals. The intent of that is to take out all the jackals. If you get lucky, you could possibly stick the brute and take him out like that, but don't count on it. Now once they're dead, a group of 4 brutes is going to enter from that door in the back and is going to head up this ramp with the intent of hunting you down. You should be able to take out 3 or all 4 of them without even having to reload the Needlers. Mop up any survivors with the carbine and the Needlers, like so. The last brute will usually go berserk. Wait at the top of this ramp. Fire your weapon if you need to get his attention. But this ramp serves as an excellent choke point where he cannot dodge those Needlers.
We go.
Then load up on carbine ammo from the dispenser and then head to the next area. Pick up the fuel rod gun on your way. Now this part is actually pretty easy, or at least the first encounter is. Take out this entire group of 2 brutes and 3 jackals with just 4 blasts from the fuel rod gun. 2 to the brute on the left, 2 to the brute on the right. This, conveniently enough, is exactly how much ammo is loaded into the fuel rod gun when you first pick it up and before you grab more ammo for it. So you don't even have to wait to reload it before tearing into them. Now this encounter, however, is a little trickier. The first thing you need to do is spot and take out that jackal sniper. You have absolutely no options on how you can proceed until that jackal sniper is dead. Now, once he's taken out, the best way to fight this is going to be to stay around this corner and let them come to you. You will be able to get a couple of them with the remaining ammo from your fuel rod gun, but it doesn't last. Once you run out, I like to roll with dual brute plasma rifles, which is actually a lot more effective than you would think. If any of the brutes go berserk, a really easy way to avoid them is to just hop up on this rock in the middle. Just like the council chamber from Gravemind, they cannot get you when you're up here. Same thing goes for these two purple barrels here. Berserk brutes cannot get you when you're standing on top of them. When everything's dead, grab the Jackal Sniper's beam rifle and then grab yourself a ghost. Once again, you cannot do anything here until the Jackal Sniper is dead, so take him out first thing. Then with the Jackal Sniper taken out, take out the rest of the enemies in the area just using the ghost. There's really nothing fancy, strategic, or really for that matter, even fun here. Just pump them full of lead until they fall down. Or in this case, pump them full of plasma until they fall down. If the turret back there is giving you problems, hang back and use your beam rifle. The only thing you need to watch out for is the brute shot blasts and the tons and tons of plasma grenades that are going to come your way. Brutes actually have no range limit on how far they can throw their plasma grenades the way that grunts and elites do. So it's not uncommon to see them grenading you from impossibly long distances. The best thing you can do is use this rock for cover, and once they notice that you're on one side, switch to the other side. Sometimes those grunts will help if they both get in ghosts, but a lot of times they just get torn up by the brute shots. Sometimes what'll happen is the brutes will take over the ghosts that the grunts were controlling. So when that happens, use the rock for cover and try to aim for the big fuel tank on the left side of the ghost, which if he's facing you is going to be on the right. That'll destroy the ghost instantly. Now then, there's going to be 3 waves of brutes and jackals. There's going to be the one that was initially there, and then there's going to be 2 more that spawn from around the corner where you can't really see them. There's nothing interesting to do here. I'm really sorry that I can't make this more interesting, but Bungie has given me no choice because of how poorly this entire second half of this mission is designed. You can't use the carbine because you'll run out of ammo. You can't use your beam rifle because you'll run out of ammo. The only weapons available to you are brute shots and plasma pistols, so the only option is to use the infinite ammo on the ghost. Second wave down, third and final wave incoming. Just make sure you retreat back behind this rock or else you're going to get blasted to hell by those brute shots. This is about as fun as it looks, and it's even less fun if you die, because then you have to do it all over again, starting with taking out the Jackal Sniper. There are no checkpoints. The nice thing about the plasma grenades is that it's really easy to see them coming, and therefore dodge them. Now, I mean, it's really easy to give Bungie a lot of flack for this mission and the last 2, but I really can't do that because at least they did learn from their mistakes, and none of this horseshit was in Halo 3. Once they're all taken out, you can just head to the next area. There's no sense really picking up any ammo because it's going to be nothing but plasma pistols and brute shots, and you should have a carbine and a beam rifle. Now what you can do is come back here and grab a ghost that isn't so beat up, but that's about it. First thing you need to do for this area is pull out your beam rifle to take out the jackal sniper. Any of the other jackals are completely optional to use your beam rifle because you can just use the ghost, but the jackal sniper is absolutely mandatory. You once again have no options until he's dead. Then I just like to snipe any more brutes and jackals that I can see, especially the brutes and the Spectre. Now a quick note about the Spectre here. You should be able to see it arrive from over there, but if you're looking elsewhere and you don't notice it, you'll at least know that it's there when you hear the music change to the classic Halo theme. Now, with that Spectre is also going to come a second Jackal Sniper. Unfortunately, I'm out of beam rifle ammo, but he's right there. So if that happens, it's not the greatest of options, but your only option is to hop in the Ghost, quick boost over here, and then activate your active camo as you jump out, and then grab another beam rifle from the dispenser. And then just take everything out with the beam rifle. Once again, not too much fun to be had here. If the brute blows your cover like this with his brute shot, just hop in the Ghost and take him out. Just a quick check to make sure the area is clear, and then moving right along. This area will pose no threats to you even on Legendary. There's nothing but 4 jackals here in groups of 2. Just realize that you can't really splatter them too well because they jump out of the way, so just shoot them. This area as well should pose no threats to you. This really shouldn't require any explanation other than jackal snipers first. That's one, that's the other. Then there's 4 brutes and 2 jackals. Snipe everything. you'll probably nearly or completely deplete your beam rifle, so just grab a new one from the Jackal snipers. Hop in another ghost and move to the next area. Around this bend is going to be 2 Jackal snipers, so just use your active camo and your beam rifle to take them out. Now this has got to be the most poorly designed chapter screen in the entire game, because a lot of times you will lose your reticle here as you're trying to shoot that other sniper. So hang back as much as you can, but a lot of times you can't see that other sniper without triggering the chapter screen. But once the 2 snipers are taken out, once again snipe the 4 brutes. There's going to be 2 up top and 2 on the ramp. I like to knock all their helmets off before I start killing them, just in case the last one goes berserk, and he's a hell of a lot easier to snipe once than he is twice. But there's nothing to it, just use your beam rifle. Once they're all taken out, go back for your ghost. Now this is worst case scenario here. When I shot both snipers, both of their beam rifles fell down where I can't get them. There's going to be a second group of brutes, and a lot of them have brute shots over on the left here. Now, normally I would use the ghost here. I would start off using the carbine to get their attention, then move to the ghost. Except I also fell down, and I really didn't feel like reverting to a checkpoint. So this just goes to show that it is possible, although not ideal, to take them out with the carbine and the beam rifle. A lot of times what happens once that group of brutes is taken out is that this Wraith will move into the area where you can board it, so hijack it, and then 8 melee attacks will get the job done. Once you've got the Wraith under your control, take out the other Wraith. Use this bridge for cover from the other Wraith's mortars so that they can't hit you, and then just a couple mortars will take it out. And the nice thing about the Wraith is that you are completely immune to the Jackal snipers. So once the area is clear, sometimes the next wave will come out of this door automatically. If that doesn't happen, give it a few seconds, see if you can trigger it. If not, hop out of the Wraith and proceed up the ramp until you get a checkpoint. That will trigger the next wave, and then just hop in the Wraith and then bring the hammer down. That's the checkpoint I was talking about. That'll trigger the next wave. Now, while it is just barely possible to do this section on foot with a brute shot and a carbine or such, it's really, really not recommended because of all the Jackal snipers in the area and the fact that you're completely immune to them in the Wraith. Once again, not much strategy to be had here, just blast them all to hell till they stop coming out the door. Should be about 3 or 4 waves, and there's going to be about 10 or 12 of them. Once they stop spawning, do a quick check of the area, make sure there's absolutely no jackal snipers hiding anywhere, and then hop out of the tank and proceed up the ramps. This time when you trigger the checkpoint, you're going to spawn 2 elite drop pods as well as 2 more jackal snipers. And now while it would be possible to take them out with your active camo and the beam rifle, why would you when you've got a tank at your disposal? Just try to kill them as quick as you can so that they don't kill your elite allies. It's fun to arm them with heavy weapons and use them, although it's certainly not necessary. When you're ready, hop out of the tank and join your elites on the bridge.
Well, Arbiter, I hope you're everything they say you are.
This is the ammo cache where you arm your elites with heavy weapons. I recommend either a fuel rod gun and rocket launcher or beam rifles.
What vulgar taste! Even as trophies, these weapons are worthless. We face us.
Now, whatever you do here, the key to surviving this encounter is to backtrack a little bit and go back for your tank in order to take out the brutes and the jackal snipers. This encounter could have been a lot of fun and you wouldn't have even needed the tank, except Bungie had to ruin it with the 2 jackal snipers. If you go the normal way instead of using the tank, you have absolutely no survivable options. There are 2 jackal snipers and you could use your active camo to take out one, but once you fire a shot you'll be revealed and then the brutes will blast you to hell. If the brutes don't blast you to hell, the other sniper is going to get you. You have no options, so just use the tank. This may require you to hoof it a little, but trust me, dying is a hell of a lot less fun. Now fortunately, that was the first and only wave of the final 3 that come with jackal snipers. The other 2 are just brutes and jackals, and they're actually fun to play out on foot. So arm your elites with fuel rod guns and rocket launchers and then pick any 2 weapons you want for yourself. I'm rolling with a carbine and a brute shot here, but I end up not using either of them. Now my favorite way to handle this is to use my active camo to sneak up on the ghost, hijack it, and then just blast everything with the ghost while the elites provide support with their rocket launchers. Just watch out for those brute shots and plasma grenades and try not to fall off the edge. So that was wave 2 of 3, here comes the last one, and it's pretty much identical to the one you just took out. 1 ghost and a couple more brutes and jackals. then once they're dead, you're done. Head through the door at the end of the tunnel to end the mission.
By the rings, Arbiter. The councillors, are they...
Murdered by the brutes.
Vile, disloyal beasts. The prophets were fools to trust them.